Welcome to the Wildly Whimsical Crafting Loft. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a picture cube. I love picture cubes, but rarely can I ever find them to match my home decor. So I can either find them in clear or they're the wrong color. So this gives me an option to go ahead and make some that match what I have. So let me show you how to get that done. I think it's a whimsical idea, a great gifting idea, and I think they're just kind of fun to make. So let me show you how that's done. The first thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to cut you a strip of paper in the size that you would like your picture frame to be. And so first, that's the first thing you need to decide. You know, how big you want that picture cube to be. The next thing is I want you to fold the paper in half, just like this. Then after you've folded that in half, go ahead and fold each side in to meet each other like this. You're going to just absolutely do this right here. Now you can see that I've already placed the tabs on there, and that's something that you're going to need to do, is you're going to need to put tabs on there. So that's the next thing I would have you to do. And what you do is you just cut you out some little tabbing to go on there. Glue those to the end of this right here like this. After you do that, and let me make a note here, however big you make these tabs, I mean, if you make them extend out to here or you make them shorter, you're going to need the end of your picture frame to cover that, because you want to cover that gear work up. You don't want to leave that gear work showing. So I want to make that note. After you have cut your tabs and you put them on there, go ahead and glue them to the end of your picture cube. Then all you do is you simply fold your cube together and glue those tabs to the inside this time. Glue them to the inside of your picture frame. Let me show you how that's done. You're going to just fold it over and fold those tabs in and glue them to that picture frame, just like that. And you want to make those ends come together so that there's not any in there. If you use a thicker cardstock, let me also make this note to you, you may need more than 2 tabs. You may need to have some tabs, 3 or 4 of those to hold that. And also I'd like to make a note that double-sided paper is probably best for this project. I'm using single-sided just to show you how it's done. But it leaves color on the inside as well. So if you use double-sided paper, it's a little better. But now that you have your cube made, let's put that off over to the side. The next thing you're going to need to do is to do the framing. Now I use a Cricut for most of my cuts, but sometimes you just don't have the cartridge that you want. So let me show you how to make a homemade picture frame. You're going to start out with just a square piece of paper, the size that you like your frame to be. I would like you to fold that piece of paper in half and press it down pretty good. If you have any white showing on that, go ahead, now would be the time to cut that off of there. So now that you have that paper folded in half like this, the next thing I want you to do is you're going to make a cut just right here like that. The size of the length of the frame that you would like. Make those. Once you have a cut on each side, fold that up like that and press that down real nice and firm, just like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut right along this line. You can see that there's a line right here. Just cut right along that line right there. Just like this. When you unfold it, you're going to have a picture frame. Voila, you have a picture frame. Woohoo, there it is. Homemade picture frame, but it works great. So now that you have that frame, the next thing would be to place that on the frame. So let's go back to our cube. Once you have that frame on there, what you're going to do is you're going to add a frame to it. And it can be like any size that you want, shape, or whatever. And you're going to add the frame to it. When you're adding that frame, remember just to glue on the 3 sides of that. Don't glue the top, because that's where they're going to insert the photo at. So when you glue that, just glue the 3 sides of that. And let's go ahead and do that. Just glue those 3 sides like so. Run your glue stick through there, double-sided tape, whatever you want to use. Let's see. And let's glue that on. Okay, now you're going to just press that down just like this on all the sides that you've glued. And this right here is going to be the front of your cube. And so once you have that done and you have the front of your cube going, and you can see where I've glued right in here where I've done this video a few times, so you have to kind of excuse that. But you get the basics of that. And once it's glued like that, you have a way to insert your photo right up here. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead, because we need to make a bottom. So what you're going to do is you're going to have to cut you out a sheet of paper that you'd like to be the bottom. What I did was I cut this larger than my picture cube, and then I frayed the ends of that with some shears that make this kind of a cut. And you can leave it squared or rounded, whatever you want. But that's just the one that I chose. The next thing is you can see that on the top of my picture frame, I've placed some little pumpkins. And this makes a unique little handle that they can pick up and down. And so we want them to be able to open the top of that picture cube up so that they can insert their photos. So let me show you how you make those little stand-ups. The first thing that you're going to need is you're going to need to make a tab again. And so let me show you how that's done. Fold you a piece of paper in half and cut it so it looks like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to give yourself a little squaring in there. So you're going to mash that down, and then it's going to sit like this. I want you to glue that on there. Once you've glued that on there, then you're going to glue these on there as well, together. So glue that square that you made, and then glue your tabs together. Once again, a little note is once you have those tabs glued together, don't make them bigger than your little die cut that you're going to put on there. So this is your tabbing and your framework right here. That's going to house, this right here, these little tabs right here are going to house your little topper, whatever you're going to use for your little topper on there. And what I did was I chose to place and to do pumpkins. So what I did was I cut out two of the exact same thing, and I glued them back to back, and then I just placed a little ribbon on there. And so once you have that done, you'll have the top to that. And then I added a decal to the front of this. So let me show you what it looks like when it's complete. This is what your little frame will look like, and here's the lid to that. You just set that little lid right on there like that. And I thought that was a great little idea. And the reason that you want that top to be removed is so that they can insert the pictures from right up here. If you close it off, there's not going to be any way for them to insert pictures. So I put that up there like that. And they can move it up and down. The next thing is, once they take the top off of there and they're changing out pictures, it's going to give them a little room to store some things inside there, like some other photos that they want to put in there so they don't lose them. But anyway, this is the picture cube. That's how you make those. Thank you so much for coming to the Wildly Whimsical Crafting Loft. You go out and be creative today. Thank you once again, and enjoy. Let me get this picture frame up here a little closer where you can see it. There you go. There you go. Thank you.